Hello and welcome to all of our Gold viewers who are here with us today. I'm Kristen Schwartz, licensed midwife and one of the MCs here at Gold. And today I have a very special guest with me here today. Is Dr. Leigh Gates McGlinn. Hi and
How
welcome.
are you?
It's wonderful to have you here. You will be presenting the presentation Beyond the NICU, Navigating Complex Discharge and Developmental Follow-up. And this is as part of our World Prematurity Day celebration here live 2025 on November 12th. But before we go into the topic, tell us a little bit about yourself. You and I chatted behind the scenes. I know you have a fantastic resume and background. So tell our viewers a little bit about yourself.
Be here. I am so excited. So I started over 30 years ago in healthcare. I started out as a respiratory therapist, worked NICU, PICU, adult ICU, did NICU transport, then went on to become a bedside nurse. Again, NICU, PICU, adult ICU, NICU transport, kept gravitating back to the NICU. So I became a neonatal nurse practitioner and have been a nurse practitioner over 20 years. And while I have been a nurse practitioner, I became faculty in an NNP program. And through that, I also obtained my PhD. So with that, I enjoy research. I have been trained at both Stanford and Harvard in simulation, so that is very near and dear to my heart. So anything respiratory, anything simulation, and especially multidimensional competency. In other words, what you know, what you can do, and most importantly, your behaviors are very, very important to me and to my work.
Thank you so much for sharing that. And I see you have your beautiful logo up there behind you, the McGlinn Institute. Just give us
Yes.
just a brief overview and maybe how our viewers can reach you if they want to find out more.
Absolutely. So, McGlinn Institute, our goal is to protect the lives of tiny humans. And the way that we do that is through education, skills, simulation, and also I am an expert witness. And through that, I'm able to help others and through myself protect the lives of tiny humans. So that's our main goal. We do have social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Additionally, I put out a baby doc series of which I have over 120 videos at this point, but they're very short and sweet and to the point about multiple aspects from head to toe neonatal topics. So if you need simulation, anything as basic as NRP, or you want to fully engage your team and teamwork and get that multidimensional competency ready to go, McGlinn Institute's the way to go. So you can call or text me at 704-728-4961, or you can reach me by email at dr, as in Dr. McGlinn, at mcglinninstitute.com. And we also have
Fantastic.
our website. Yes.
Beautiful. Well, thank you so much for that information. And now I'm really excited to talk about the presentation. Of course, the World Prematurity Day is nearing here, and at Gold, we always celebrate that with an open access presentation. And yes, there are SERPs with that presentation as well. And you are presenting this year for us, and your title is Beyond the NICU, Navigating Complex Discharge and Developmental Follow-up. Let me ask you this, Leanne. I know for families, the discharge is very, very emotionally intense for families, right? On one hand, there is this joy that comes that the little one finally comes home, especially after a longer stay. But on the other hand, it is might be very challenging as well because baby maybe comes home with some equipment or such, right? So how do we navigate that? How can we emotionally support these families? And I know that's a big, big question, but just from your perspective, maybe just some brief comments here.
So I think the best way to navigate that is systematically and making sure that they are ready in every aspect. So that's what we'll go through in this presentation
Mhm.
is each step of a complex NICU discharge, what it entails, how important it is to get them organized and help them stay organized. When they do that and they're educated and understand, the going home is made much easier. Additionally, making sure that they have the correct follow-up, whether it be subspecialists, whether it be therapies, or developmental follow-up. And developmental follow-up will help them not only reach their milestones, but it'll also help them keep organized and on top of things, because in developmental follow-up, our visits are 45 to 60 minutes long. They are not short 15-minute quick pediatrician visits. They are comprehensive. So doing that can help the parents as well to keep up with the complexity of their particular baby.
Well, thank you. I can't wait to learn from you in this presentation here. Now, you mentioned also the follow-up, right? Once the family has been discharged. I hear from a lot of neonatal nurses who say, "Oh, we wish we had more contact. We don't want to lose track of our little ones, but it's busy and we don't always have the setup is not, in a way that we can really." So, but from what you describe, you have created a system where really there is still a connection. Tell us a little bit more about that.
So, what can happen and what I encourage NICU nurses to do is to actually go and shadow a developmental follow-up.
Mm,
This is invaluable for them not only to see how their particular patients grow and blossom, but what is actually done at developmental follow-up and how to let these parents know how important it is to actually go to these appointments. That's the
mhm,
biggest thing is sometimes parents aren't either told or they don't understand how important these appointments are. And so that we can get them the resources. If they don't have the transportation, we can help
right.
get that. If they don't have the resources to get there, we can help get that. But it's very important that as NICU nurses, as NICU providers, as practitioners, as neonatologists, that we all know how important this developmental follow-up is and encourage parents to go and be there and really take in everything that it offers. So I would encourage if you're a NICU nurse and you have
Mhm,
not shadowed, in other words, you go into the appointments, you watch what's done, you see what's done, you get to see your NICU graduates. I would encourage you to set that program up.
fantastic. I love hearing about that because yes, developmental follow-up is so important. And in recent years, we learn more and more about it. And I feel like now it's kind of blossoming. It has been around for a while, but I feel like now has come the time when more and more practitioners are aware of it. And,
Would not have understood how comprehensive and how important it is and how vital it is in catching things.
Mhm,
I think a lot of us think, the pediatrician will catch it. Number
right.
one, they don't have time. And number
Mhm,
two, not all pediatricians are trained in complex patients, nor
mhm,
are they trained developmentally. In other words,
right.
the complexity about developmental discharge and developmental follow-up. So it's the time, it's the training, and parents are sometimes rushed through those visits
Sure.
and they're not focused on development at that point. And
Mhm,
so I think we as providers, if we understood how comprehensive and how important it is and how many things we can catch at developmental follow-up, we would encourage that much, much more. And
mhm.
I am one that would say I was guilty of not understanding how important it was.
Fantastic. Well, thank you for sharing that here as well. Now, Leanne, before I let you go, what are you hoping that our viewers will take away from your presentation in the end?
So first, if they don't already have a complex discharge pathway or checklist, that this presentation helps them to develop a very comprehensive discharge checklist. Number two, that they understand which patients qualify. And I think they will be very surprised at some of the diagnoses that end up truly needing developmental follow-up. It's not just about prematurity.
Mhm,
Number three, they'll see all the different tests that we do in developmental follow-up and go, wow, I want to go see that in person. I really do want to shadow. Wouldn't that be neat to either be a part of or
mhm,
to shadow and see? And finally, they see the referrals that are made from what we find in developmental follow-up and how comprehensive and holistic the developmental follow-up referrals can be.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much. I can't personally wait for your presentation here with us at Gold. Thank you so much for being here with us. It was a pleasure having you here today.
Thank you for having me.
And some information now for our viewers. If you are excited about this presentation as well, we invite you to go to goldlearning.com. There you can sign up for this free presentation. Make sure you share this with all your friends and colleagues in the field. The live day is November 12th, but it is also being recorded. So if on the 12th you can't be there live, you can then watch the recording afterwards as well. Thank you everyone for watching here with us today, and we hope to see you at the celebration of World Prematurity Day here at Gold 2025. Thank you everyone. Bye-bye.